First, let us start with the first module, that is module 1, that is introduction part, which is having two chapters. Okay, no, 2 to 3 chapters it is there. So first chapter, it is basically about the what is introduction about the DBMS databases and all, and the database user and characteristics of database, advantages of data DBMS. Okay, all this we will be discussing in the chapter 1. In chapter 2 we will be moving on to the components of DBMS, architectures of the DBMS, little more advanced uh, things about the DBMS. Then in the third chapter, that we will be moving towards the end of the module, that is we will be discussing about the design part of the DBMS. So I told the design. So to design the database, okay, we will be talking about the design of the database here. We will not be talking about the design of the DBMS, because we are not developing the software. We are developing the database application. I'll come to you what is database application. Okay. So in the last part of the module 1, we will be learning about the design of the database in terms of entity relationship diagram. Okay, so let us move on to the first chapter, introduction. So what is database application? Okay, database application, the application which is developed, okay, developed which is developed or which is used to which will be implemented, okay, to maintain the or to create and maintain the databases. That type of applications we called as a database applications. Okay, where data need to be stored, okay, data need to be managed, okay, data need to be updated, okay, that is maintenance, okay, creation and maintenance and sharing of the data where we require it. That type of applications we called as a database applications. Examples of database applications are like banking applications, okay, student applications, okay, then university database, we can say university database, okay, banking applications, airline reservation system, library management system, okay, movie data management system, like that. This type of applications we call it as a database application, where we will be more concentrating on the data storage, data creation, construction, okay, data definition, construction, maintenance and sharing. That type of applications we call it as a database applications. In database applications, initially, okay, whatever I told, banking database, then library management database, okay, university database, this type of database and all we call it as a traditional database application. What do you mean by traditional database application? It is a type of application in which most of the information will be stored in the form of a numerical or textual data. Okay, numerical or textual form. It will be, the information will be accessed, okay, stored and accessed. The information will be stored and accessed in either a textual form or a numerical form. That type of database applications we call it as a traditional database applications. Okay, so next we have as okay, as the days moved on, okay, that is in the past few years, advances in technology. Yes or no? We all know that. Okay, the day when I was doing my engineering, that internet facility, if I compare today's internet facilities, having a vast difference. Okay, the technology has advanced a lot. Okay, so the advances in technology have led to existing new applications of database system. Okay, that is one good example if I give is that mainly the growth of social media websites. Yes or no? We have so many social media websites. We have Facebook, Twitter, yes or no? Then we have a YouTube, yes or no? Flickr. So many social media websites. Okay, social media websites we have. Actually, this okay, this social media websites will create a huge databases that store non-traditional data. Okay, when I say non-traditional data, here there is a traditional data, non-traditional data. Traditional data means it will be of only numbers and text. Okay, numbers and text. We can store most of the data will be in the form of numbers and text. So whereas when we come to the new applications, okay, new applications. What are new applications? So multimedia, okay, multimedia database, graphical information system, data warehouse, all these are new applications. Multimedia means what here? Where we can store audio, video. Okay, geographical information system means what? Google Maps, I told, no, Ola, Uber, everything will be maintaining the data in terms of a map. Okay, weather forecasting, they also use the maps. Okay, data warehouse. Data warehouse actually it is a it is a like a collection of operational database and other types of sources, we can say. Okay, like data warehouse. Warehouse means what? It will be huge. Okay, so usually database means it will be having a current data. Okay, whereas data warehouse it will be having historical data. 10 years old data also it will be 10 years old data also it will be having. Okay, so that it will be mainly used for the analysis, analytics purpose. Okay, data warehouse will be used for the analytics purpose and it will be storing a big data. Okay, so data warehouse, warehouses, all these are new applications. So here these new applications uh, will be creating a huge database. Okay, in this new applications huge database will be created to store the non-traditional data. What is non-traditional data? Say, for example, post. Okay, post we will be doing in a Facebook and all we will be doing post. Yes or no? In Twitter we will be tweeting, tweets, post, tweets, images in YouTube and all we will be uploading the videos. Yes or no? YouTube videos will be there. Okay, and in the Facebook and all we will be uploading the photos, images. Yes or no? Okay, video clips. Okay, like this. These are nothing but these are the form of data that will be stored in the new applications. Okay, like multimedia database, geographical information system database. So this will be in the new database applications. This kind of. So what this post, tweets, video clips, images, whatever I say, this type of data we call it as a non-traditional data. Okay, non-traditional data, and it is maintained using NoSQL. Okay, the that will be handled by NoSQL. Traditional data is handled by SQL. Okay. Traditional data is handled by SQL. Okay, so we in this course, okay, DBMS course, we will be more of talking about the traditional data, that is our DBMS. Okay, so here whatever we are using MongoDB, okay, non-SQL, new application, multimedia database or GIS, geographical information system. So they are basically on NoSQL. Okay, so for this for to handle this type of databases, we need a software called MongoDB, DBMS software called MongoDB. So NoSQLs. Uh, uh, so NoSQLs have been created. Okay, this type of NoSQL systems have been created to manage data for social media applications. Okay, so this NoSQL type of data, okay, or NoSQL social media story applications, okay, or NoSQL system is used in the companies like Google, Amazon, Yahoo, okay, to manage the data required for the web searches. Okay, web search engines that is there in the cloud storage also. Okay, as well to provide the cloud storage. Google and all, it is basically on the Google Cloud. Okay, so that users can be provided with the storage capabilities on the web for managing all types of data, including their documents, programs, images, videos, and emails. Okay, emails. All this is about the new applications. All, when I say new application, all will come under this. Okay, so now we know what is database is. Now we are clear about the database. To tell in short, it is a collection of related data. Now, what is data we know. So no known facts that can be recorded and have an implicit meaning. As I told, name of a person, uh, phone number, address, everything can be a data. So now, what is this mini word? Okay, I told database is a collection of data. Yes or no? So here, a database must represent some aspects of real world. Okay, so you should be very clear about this here. So when I say database, if you put something like XYZ 123 ABC 789, if you put that, it will not be called as a database. Okay, so database must represent the real world data. Okay, or some aspects of real world data. University database. When I say university database, actually university is a real word. Yes or no? Real word existence. Okay. When I say employee management system, so employee management system means the employee management system actually in real world it exists. Yes or no? So if you take the ERP system of our college, yes or no? ERP system will be maintaining the data about the students, their details, their fee structure, their academic details, so on, and staff details, teaching, non-teaching staff, staff, all kinds of details, everything will be maintained. So that means what? It is nothing but it is representing the real world, okay, real world applications. Okay, so aspects of real world, it is representing real world aspects. So that we call it as whatever the real world accepts, we call it as a mini word in the database terms. Okay, mini word is also called as universe of discourse. In short, we can call it as DUOD. Okay, universe of discourse. So if there is any change in the real world, that change has to be brought to the database also. Say for example, you were in fourth semester. Yes or no? Now you have been promoted into the fifth semester. So the student database will be maintained in the college. Okay, student database will be maintained in the college. That time there will be a one column representing the semester of the student. Yes or no? Okay, when we are maintaining the student data, so student name, student USN, AUID, semester, date of birth, details will be maintained. So there will be one column called semester. So in real world, okay, in real life, the student is promoted means from the fourth semester to fifth semester, if the student is promoted, so here the change what we do in the real world, it has to be brought to the database also. So previously the semester was 4. Okay, and the students have taken up the exams, they have cleared the exams, now they are eligible for the next semester means, okay, next semester or next academic year means, that time it should not be 4 here. When the students are in fifth semester currently means, in the database also the student has to be, the database also the student should be in the fifth semester only. Are you getting my point? Okay, here the students also should be in the fifth semester. So this what I was meant to tell. So mini world. Mini world database represents the real world accepts, that we called as a mini world. So whatever changes we do in the real world, okay, real world, that has to be changed in the, or that has to be updated in the database. And a database, one more nature of the database is that a database is a logically coherent collection of data. Every data in the database are related to each other with some inherent meaning. With some inherent meaning, say if I say student, student name, student semester, yes or no, student date of birth. Okay, so name, student name, semester and date of birth, they are related, correlated to each other. Yes or no, of particular student. Yes or no? If I take the student Sunita. So Sunita, semester 5, date of birth 1994. So they are correlated. The Sunita is one student name. She is studying in fifth semester. Her date of birth is 1994. Like this, they are correlated to each other, and it is having some inherent meaning. Okay. So and another property of this database is a database is designed, built, and populated with the data for the specific purpose. Okay, specific purpose. Okay, that means what? It specific purpose means what? It is intended to the group of users. Okay, group of users are some preconceived, okay, conceived application, okay, preconceived application in which the users are interested. Okay, so when I say specific, specific means very, you should be very careful. Database is specific in nature. Specific in nature means if I take banking database, the banking database will contain the data which is related only to the bank. Okay, when I take employee database or a college database, the college database will be containing only the data which is related to the college, like student, okay, faculty, okay, then course, all these things. Okay, but bank database and the college database cannot be intermixed and used. Okay, we cannot use the bank database in the college or college database in the bank. I hope you are understanding. Yes or no? Okay, so student, guardian or a parent, okay, parent, everything data will be there. The parent can be a bank employee, but the parent is having the role of here, the parent is having the role of role here, the only a for which because the parent is related to the son, but here that is different. Okay, that in the bank he may employ the same person, data may be in the bank. One second, student.
You are now muted.
Sharon, it is very noisy.
You are now unmuted.
Yeah, so if you see banking and college are two different applications, okay, or two different concepts. So the banking database is meant only for the bank, and college database is only meant for the college. So here, that's the reason we say database is a specific in nature. Hope you are understanding this. Yes. Now, database can vary in size and complexity. Okay, I'll just elaborate it so that it will be having more clear for you. Okay, so size, and it can vary in size and complexity. So small database. One good example is your phone contact list. So phone contact list is a small database. Excel sheet about the student maintained, a student list in the Excel file maintained in the college is a database. Okay, or faculty details maintained in the college is a database. Okay, so the file which consists of some related data, okay, that we call it as a simple database. It is small in size. Okay, but the size and the complexity can vary, okay, when the nature of the data differ. Okay, so here, say for example, if I take the database even greater size, the database of even greater size and complexity would be maintained by the social media. Okay, social media company such as Facebook. Okay, so when we take the Facebook is not simple as our contact list. You agree with me? Yes or no? Facebook, okay, users list is not same as the phone contact list. Yes or no? So Facebook company will be maintaining the database, okay, which will be having more than a billion users. Yes or no? So here the database has to maintain information on which users are related to one another as friends, the posting of each user, okay, which user are allowed to see posting, and vast amount of other type of information which is needed to correct, okay, needed for the correct operation of the website. Okay, like this they will be maintaining the database in that in such a way. Okay, so for such database or so for such websites like Facebook websites, a large number of database are needed to keep track of the constantly changing information required by the social media website. Okay, so here in the Facebook and all, minute to minute, okay, the posting will be done, photos will be uploaded, okay, invitation will be sent, like minute to minute the changes will be happening. So minute to minute the database need to be updated. Yes or no? It should be incremental database. So minute to minute the changes need to be done. Okay, so that is and all, it's the real word mini word. Okay, the database, Facebook database and all, it is reflecting the real word. Okay, real word aspects. Okay, that we call it as a mini word. Another example which we are very much aware that that large commercial database Amazon.com. Yes or no? In Amazon.com, what it actually, it contains the data for over 60 million active users actually. Okay, and it contains now it is Amazon is supporting for groceries also. So as of this corona effect and all, okay, Amazon is now on, many of the people is preferring online purchase everything, they don't want to go out. Okay, they want to stay safe at home, so everything they are buying through online. Yes or no? So they will be having millions of what items. Okay, it can be groceries, it can be electronics items, or it can be books. Okay, it can be videos, games, or it can be apparels, or it can be any other items. Yes or no? So here so many items are there which we cannot count it. Yes or no? So many items are there. So when we just think about the items in the Amazon, okay, what will be the size of the database? It will be in terms of terabytes. Okay, it is more than as I just searched in the Google, it was saying that the database of the Amazon.com website occupies more than 42 terabytes. When I say 42 terabytes, it is nothing but 10 to the power of 12 bytes worth of storage. Okay, when I say Amazon, they actually they depend on the concept called big data. In turn, it depends on the data warehouse storage medium. Okay, so data warehouse means it in turn will be having a operational databases and files, so many external sources, so many internally it will be dig down it will be going. So like that means when at the lower level the database will be used. Okay, so data warehouse, it will be having a data warehouse, but the data warehouse in turn will be depend on the operational databases. Okay, to get the clear picture of the items, all these things. So here, as I was telling, just I want to tell you the size of the database and the complexity of the database. Okay, so here the database size is more than 42 terabytes, that is 10 to the power of 12 bytes of storage. Yes or no? That much maintenance has to be there. So it is not possible to store this much of data in a single computer or two computer. Yes or no? So how it will be maintained? It will be maintained or stored on hundreds of computers that we call it as a servers. Okay, that we call it as a servers. So millions of visitors access Amazon.com each day and use the databases to make the purchases. Yes or no? So the database is continually updated here. Yes or no? As new items is purchased. Okay, so that will get minused from the database. And when the stock gets over, new items are added. Yes or no? The discount price is given, offers are given. Okay, all that updations will be getting done. So the automatically the database has to be get reflected and it should be up to date. Okay, so what I was telling about is that The database can vary in size and complexity. Size and complexity. Small and simple is our contact list. Okay. And large and complex is our Amazon.com or Facebook website databases. Okay. Hope you are understanding this. Is it clear? So I was just talking about the database. Now, to make this database computerized, okay, to make this database computerized, we need a system software. Yes or no? Okay. So system software. Which is their system software? Database management system. So to define what is database management system, okay, we, we can define it as a software package to facilitate the creation and maintenance of the computerized database. Okay. Facilitate the creation and maintenance of computerized database. Okay. The DBMS is a general purpose software. I'll come to this. What is general purpose? DBM is a general purpose software system that facilitates the process of defining, constructing, manipulating, sharing databases among various users and application programs. Okay, various users and application program. So what actually the DBMS actually does? Okay, it will define the database, it will construct the database, it will manipulate the database, and also it shares the database. That are the main functioning of the DBMS. So here I told DBMS is a general purpose software system. Database is a specific purpose. Okay, please remember, database is specific purpose. Okay, database is specific purpose, whereas DBMS is general purpose. Why I am telling DBMS is general purpose? DBMS is general purpose. That means I told database is specific in nature. That means the database I write shortly DB. Okay, DB means database. So there can be database of bank. Yes or no? Database of bank. There can be database of college or university. Okay, university. So here, to create or to define, construct, manipulate and share this bank database and college database, we need a single software called DBMS. Okay. So for creation and manipulation of banking database, we will not develop separate software. And to creation of college and this one college database, we won't use a separate software. We use wherever we have to deal with the database application, we will be using the software called database management system. Okay, in database management system, as I told yesterday, we have many examples. We have many kinds of database management system, that Oracle, MySQL, okay, Microsoft SQL Server, IBM's DB2. Okay, for unstructured data we have MongoDB. Like that, we have many software, but all comes under the category of database management system. So banking can be used Oracle. Okay, college can use MySQL. Okay, but all these are what? DBMS. So DBMS, that's why it is called general purpose. Okay, for each database, a specific DBMS will not be developed. Okay, DBMS will be one. Okay, using that, specific database can be generated. Okay, so that's why we call it as general purpose. Let us discuss now what do you mean by defining, constructing, manipulating, and sharing? Okay, defining a database. Defining a database here, it is nothing but specifying the structure, data types, and constraints of the data to be stored in the database. That we call it as a defining a database. I repeat once again. Defining a database involves specifying the structure, data types, constraints of the data to be involved or to be stored in the database. One example I'll give you. Let us consider university database. Okay, university database. So first we have to identify. So what data we have to maintain in the university in database. Okay, so when I take university, we'll be having student, courses, okay, departments, faculty, sections, like that. We have many objects. So we of which we can maintain the data. Now, and I think this is okay. You can visualize this. So student. So when I take one entity student, okay, what all data I should maintain, I have to decide. So when I take student, I should know the name of the student. Okay, then student USN and student which semester he or she belongs to. Okay, which department he or she belongs to. Like that. This data I have to maintain. Okay, so what is this defining? I'm defining the structure. That means what? uh, for student, okay, for student data I need name, USN, class, semester, and the department, like that. Okay, department, like that. I'll just define the structure. So for each column, okay, for each column, say for example if I take the name, so name I have to define the data type, yes or no. Under name, okay, what type of values I can store. So name means what should I do? I have to define it as a data type as a string. Yes or no? Anybody have the name with the number? Anybody have the name with the number? No, no. Everyone is having the name with the character only, no? Strings only, no? Alphabets. Okay. So I will define the data type for the name as a character. Okay. Then USN. USN, it can be alphanumeric. So I will give it as a character. So semester. Semester means it will be always a number. Yes or no? First to 8 semester. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then the department, I'll again define it as a string, that is character. So that the data type. Now coming to a constraint. Constraint is nothing but the condition. Okay. The constraint is nothing but the condition. Condition is what? Say for example, if I take, okay, semester, okay, semester. What should be the constraint for the semester? I should instruct the DBMS that if the user is trying to put the value less than 1 or more than 8, okay, you should restrict them from entering. That means what? I'm putting the constraint that the semester value should be between 1 to 8. Okay, not less than 1, not more than 8. It should be 1 to 8 only in the VTU, under the VTU university rules. Okay, are you getting? That is the constraint I am putting. So defining the database means what? We are putting the we are defining the structure, data types, and the constraints on the data. Okay. Now next we have the next property, that is constructing. Constructing means what? Once our database structure is ready, okay, so what then we have to store into the some medium, yes or no. So that will be done using a feature called constructing. So constructing the database is the process of storing the data, okay, on some storage medium that is controlled by the DBMS. So the storage medium can be our hard disk, okay, which is having the capability of gigabytes, terabytes, okay. So it can be hard disk, it will be on the servers, okay, all this. So constructing is basically storing into the some storage medium. Next is manipulating. Manipulating means here, manipulating a database includes what? Functions such as querying, the database to retrieve specific data, and updating the database to reflect changes in the mini world, okay, and to generate the reports from the data, all this. Okay, manipulating means what? Querying, updating, and updating and generating the reports, that we call it as a manipulating. So here when I say querying, okay, querying means what? Say for example, I want to uh, fetch the semester of a particular student in from the college database. Okay, the student I know, okay, which semester the student is, I don't know. Okay, so what I do, I'll go to the college database. Okay, then I will write a query. The queries will be written in our language. Yesterday I would have told you about the language called structured query language. What language I use to communicate with you? I use English language to communicate with you. Similarly, to communicate with the DBMS, we use the language called SQL, structured query language. So using the structured query language construct, we will be instructing the DBMS to search, okay, search the data from the database or fetch the data from the database. Okay, querying is what? Retrieving the data from the database, that we call it as a query. Okay, whatever we retrieve from the database, okay, that is called as a query. So now I want to fetch the semester of a particular student. Okay, so I'll write the SQL construct and I'll fetch the data. Okay, but usually what happens in the, if we take Amazon or if we take Facebook, okay, or if we use a Google Pay, okay, nowadays everything there the user interface UI user interface has been designed in terms of menus, options, and all. Yes or no? Suppose if I want to check the balance, okay, check the balance. I click on I just press or the click the check balance button. Yes or no? Okay, then automatically it will what happens there backside, the SQL query will be running, SQL construct, that whatever it is written, okay, it will be running. Okay, so like that. So here manipulating means what? Manipulating means querying. Okay, querying. Updating means what? As I told, the if the student is or I'll take banking example only. uh, Now I have paid, I have paid phone bill, okay, through the Google Pay. So what happens to my balance if I paid the phone bill of 300 rupees? Okay, so the balance in my bank account will be minus 300. Yes or no? Okay, so minus 300. So what happens here? The updating has to happen. So if I have a balance of 10,000 rupees, 300 rupees have been used for paying the phone bill, then what should be my balance, current balance now? It should be 10,000 minus 300, that is 9,700. So it should update. Got it? So next is generating the report. So at the end of the day, how many transaction has happened? The manager of the bank want to know, okay, what is the transaction happened? What is the turnover of the things? All this, that is nothing but the generating the reports. Okay. So last one, another property is the sharing. Sharing a database allows multiple users and programs, not only the human being, here the programs also, okay, application programs also interact with the database. So multiple users and programs to access the database simultaneously. Yes or no? Obviously. Now bank account, okay, online transaction, all this are simultaneous. Movie ticket booking, yes or no? Booking of movie ticket or booking of railway reservation, bus reservation, okay, all that are what? It will be multiple users sitting at different places, they will be accessing the database. Yes or no? Okay. So what is DBMS? DBMS is a general purpose software system that facilitates the process of defining, constructing, manipulating, and sharing the database. Okay. Sharing the database among various users and application. Okay. Hope it is clear for you. Now, what is database system? Database system is nothing but, in simple word, if I say, the combination of DBMS and database together we call it as a database system. Okay, DBMS software and underlying database, together we call it as a database system. The whole system, which includes DBMS software and the database. Database, when I say, data is there inside that. Okay, data together. Okay, DBMS and the database together we call it as a database system. Okay, so I'll make you more clear here. We have a simplified database system environment here. Okay. So this is the, I'll read out what is actually it is there. Users slash programmers. Okay. These are the, they are the people, the programs which will have the have the, what do you say, they will be actually using or accessing, working with the database system. So this whole box, whatever you see, this whole box is a database system. What all will be there in the database system? Applications program at the front end, which will be working at the front end. That is, it can be user interface, okay, which is having menu based UI, okay. Then it can be programmers interface. Programmers interface will be different. Yes or no? It can be Sublime or any other software it can be there. Okay, then below that the database DBMS software is there. DBMS software is having two sub softwares, like the software to process the queries from the users and the software to access the data from the actual database. Okay, actual database like this. Okay, below that we will be having the actual database. Here can you see the cylinder, two cylinders are there. So cylinder is the representation to represent the database. So cylinder is there. Okay, so this actually where here the place where actual data will be stored. So we'll come from here. So user, okay. In our life we are also the users of a database. Yes or no? Indirectly or directly, every day we are interacting with the databases, DBMS, every day. Okay, that means what? I use WhatsApp. We all use WhatsApp. We may use Facebook. Okay, we may use YouTube. Okay, Google search engine we use. We do Google Pay, yes or no, or Phone Pay or Paytm we may use. Okay, and like that we may book some items in the Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, some of the other activity we are indirectly accessing the database of that particular application or a server. Okay, so here users will give the query. Query means what? Say for example here for the users in the user interface. Okay, as I was telling, I want to purchase an item. Okay, I want to purchase a mobile from the Amazon. So that time what I'll do, I may click onto the button. Yes or no? So click onto the button. So I want to have a more details. So that time the internally the developers would have written the query. So when I click on that particular button, okay, when I purchase, okay, or do the transaction, I like the item, I like the mobile, I am going to purchase, so I will click on to the pay. Okay, so when I click onto the pay, automatically the transaction will be happening. The background, the query will be running. So the query will be actually written by the developers. Okay, so here the programmers, this is user as a common user, end user, who are not a technical, okay, person. Where programmers, they also will be interacting with the database system. They will be adding the new functionality, they may adding the new functionality, or they may be for defining the structure, okay, redefining the structure of the database. All the things they will be doing. That time they will be writing the application programs. The application programs, okay, they want to write add new functionality, okay, like that. Okay, the time, say for example, one simple example I'll give you. It may be different here to for your understanding purpose. USN number. So USN number, how it has to be there? If I take your UTU USN number, first alphabet will be, first character will be number, then next two characters will be what? college code, that is alphabet. Next two character will be year, that is again number. Then next two character will be branch. So again it is a alphabet. Then next another three number and three characters will be number. So like the total 10 digits. So they have to make the format. So they can use the PHP or the Perl. Okay, they can just write the code like that. So they will be using PHP or Perl here to write the front end programs. Okay. Now what we'll do when we give the user gives the query, then it will go to the DBMS system. DBMS system first it will process the query to make it understand. Okay, user will be given in their format. Yes or no? But the DBMS has to understand that format. So first it will do convert it to the format which it can understand. Machine code I can say. Then what actually do? It will once it's understand, it has to search where actual the data is present. Okay, where actually the data is present. So first it will go to the metadata. This we call it as storage database definition. Okay, metadata or catalog we say. So it will search in the catalog to find out on which memory location the actual data is stored. So from here it will go here. So once it get the address, it will go here. From that particular address, it will fetch and it will go give to this, and this will convert to the format the higher and can understand. So it will take here, okay, then it will give to this and outside word. Like this, the database will work.
You are now muted. You are now unmuted.